This is DJI Neo2 box hands. This is still very small, just like the first generation. Everything is emptied out. The main unit, the instruction manual, a sharpening tool, 2 replaceable fan blades, a center line, and that's it. The airplane itself is slightly larger than the first generation, and the color is a bit darker. Let's look at the gimbal. The gimbal is a significant improvement over the previous generation with an added roll axis. Unfortunately, the base wasn't changed to the previously leaked 1/3 inch, which is a bit of a shame. There are 2 more sensors on the top. A major improvement, radar sensors. At first, I thought both sides were radar sensors, but it turns out the other side is actually a small screen that displays your current selection status in real time. There are also 2 small cameras on the front for obstacle avoidance, which is one reason it can achieve the advertised omnidirectional obstacle avoidance. The side has function selection buttons, and that's it on the other side. The battery is also different from the last one. The capacity and other aspects are larger. The power on method is the traditional short press followed by a long press. After powering on, you can connect and access various settings. Okay, all is done. Now test one by one feature in depth of DJI Neo 2. Can he really up to mark? Let's go into outside for testing. The footage you just saw wasn't special effects. It was footage captured using hand gestures to control this small drone. It's DJI's newly released Neo 2. This brand new drone builds upon the ease of use of its predecessor, adding numerous advanced technologies and new features. So how does it actually perform? Let's take a comprehensive look at the DJI Neo 2 from 4 perspectives: image quality, tracking, obstacle avoidance, and flight. The Neo 2 uses a brand new 1/2 inch camera sensor. Although the size hasn't increased, its performance is now on par with other drones in its class. The reason the previous generation Neo's camera image quality couldn't match the Mini 4K was mainly due to its single axis gimbal. With only a pitch axis, the gimbal couldn't counteract the image deflection caused by the drone's lateral tilt. To keep the image stable, the software algorithm had to perform lossy cropping at the edges and then use sharpening to compensate for the lost details. The Neo 2's new roll axis physically suppresses image deflection, eliminating the need for drastic cropping. This reduces image quality loss while increasing the aperture to f2.2, improving light intake and upgrading the maximum recording specification to 4K 100 frames per second. The actual footage, in terms of detail and color reproduction, is comparable to its competitors. In well-lit conditions, the native image quality can even rival mid to high-end models. Of course, the camera's performance limits the post-processing capabilities of the footage and makes it less suitable for nighttime shooting. Overall, the upgraded imaging system allows the Neo 2 to achieve or even surpass the image quality expected at this level. Meanwhile, to cope with increased file sizes, the internal storage has been increased to 49 gigabytes, enabling at least 100 minutes of 4K 60 frames per second video recording. Wireless transfer speeds have also been boosted to 80 megabytes per second, allowing exporting 1 gigabyte of footage in as little as a few seconds. DJI deserves high praise for its data transfer experience. The Neo, once jokingly called a cyberpunk pet for its ability to only follow people, has finally evolved into a fully fledged drone capable of following vehicles at speeds up to 40 kilometers per hour. It can even freely set camera trajectories like mid to high-end models. Even beginners can create cinematic footage with this entry-level drone. However, this is just the appetizer. The main feature of the Neo 2 is that it no longer relies on a remote control or phone. You yourself are the best remote. Bring your hands together to zoom in. Separate your hands to zoom out. Clench your fist to stop the drone from responding. You can control the direction and altitude with one hand. And of course, if you wish, you can even mimic a historical figure. Joking aside, gesture control does indeed enhance convenience and feels futuristic, almost like a replay of the groundbreaking moment 18 years ago when Steve Jobs replaced the stylus with his finger, zooming in on images with 2 fingers on the first iPhone. In addition to gesture control, the Neo 2 also features a new screen, which, along with side buttons, allows direct adjustment of detailed parameters for each camera movement. A short press of the adjustment button switches between options like surround, fade away, smart selfie. Long press to adjust the angle and distance for each mode, then point the camera at yourself and press the takeoff button. The Neo 2 will automatically capture the desired shot according to the settings. Building upon the original 6 camera movement modes, 2 new features have been added. The intelligent self-portrait mode allows you to capture 6 different shots, with up to 5 photos per shot, eliminating the need for help from strangers when taking photos at scenic spots. spots. The other is the visually stunning Hitchcock zoom, a high difficulty camera movement that the Neo2 can now handle with ease. Furthermore, in testing, tracking algorithm and environmental adaptability of this generation have been significantly improved. It almost never loses track of people when they quickly pass around corners. And whether on water or in suspended environments, the Neo2 did not exhibit any positioning instability, greatly enhancing safety. You might have guessed that the Neo2 would add obstacle avoidance, but who would have thought DJI would directly equip it with Lidar and Omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, features typically found only in mid to high-end models. However, a closer look reveals that the Lidar handles forward obstacle avoidance, while only one fisheye sight on the top and bottom of the fuselage covers the other 5 directions. This means its obstacle avoidance has shifted from the traditional binocular vision of drones to a monocular system, a simplification that's easy to understand. Considering its size and price, this simplification is understandable. The key question is, how reliable is this youth version obstacle avoidance system? Can it achieve advanced features like night vision, obstacle avoidance, and satellite-less return to home? Let's get straight to the point. This environment is a hellish challenge for any drone obstacle avoidance system. You can almost hear the Neo2's processor grumbling, but thanks to omnidirectional obstacle avoidance and propeller guards, it navigated the obstacle course without major incident, eventually getting stuck in dense tree branches and forced to stop testing and automatically return to home. Instead of foolishly returning the same way, the Neo2 cleverly climbed onto the obstacle to return. The test proved that this simplified omnidirectional obstacle avoidance system is still reliable. Although its accuracy is not as high as a binocular vision system, obstacle avoidance in all directions perform flawlessly in daylight. In low light, the Neo2's forward-facing Lidar remains stable, even achieving such a challenging tracking maneuver. Unfortunately, obstacle avoidance in other directions failed, so caution is still needed when using it at night. The satellite-less return to home function was not supported in the test. It returned to the first acquired satellite coordinates, not the initial actual takeoff point. Some might wonder, given that the previous generation of legendary crash-resistant Neo already had omnidirectional propeller guards, was adding another omnidirectional obstacle avoidance system really necessary? Yes, it's true that it's not afraid of bumps and knocks, but have you considered what about the people around it? Even if it doesn't hit a child, it's not good if it hits flowers and plants. Omnidirectional obstacle avoidance is essential for better protection. If you directly compare the motors of the new and old models, you might not see any difference. In reality, the Neo2's power has been significantly improved. In actual testing, both automatic and manual operation achieved a top speed of 12 meters per second, with a wind resistance rating of level 5, reaching the level of mainstream drones. While not incredibly powerful, it's sufficient for most everyday use. The maximum ascent and descent speeds are 5 meters per second and 3 meters per second respectively, which is slightly insufficient for aerial photography. To compensate for the upgraded power and functionality, the new battery capacity has increased by nearly 10%. The official charging power is 65 watts, but actual testing showed a peak charging power exceeding 70 watts. This unexpected misrepresentation is quite surprising. It supports simultaneous charging of 3 batteries. A single battery takes about 33 minutes to fully charge, and all 3 batteries took less than 70 minutes to charge from 0 to 100%. As long as the charging device has a power of 65 watts or higher, the 3 batteries can be used in cycles to basically eliminate range anxiety. In actual testing, a fully charged battery flew at a constant speed in normal mode until landing with 0 battery, providing 15 minutes of flight time. Under full speed conditions in sport mode, the flight time dropped to about 10 minutes. Under intelligent follow-up shooting conditions, a single battery can last for approximately 20 flights in actual testing. Having read this, what do you, the readers, think of this little drone? Continues the lightweight design of its predecessor, starting at only about 151 grams for the body and 160 grams for the digital flyover module alone, making it easy for beginners to slip into their pockets. The body features a built-in display screen with takeoff and mode switching buttons on the side. Takeoff can be achieved with one hand without connecting to a phone, and the mode status is clearly displayed. Combined with the detachable, fully enclosed propeller holder, there's no need to worry about accidentally activating the propellers during flight, providing a high level of security whether held in hand or placed on a table. The key fob remote controller can be used with the module, unlocking more flexible control. As a flying photographer, its shooting capabilities have also been greatly upgraded. The tracking speed has increased from 8 meters per second in the first generation to 12 meters per second, tracking whether cycling, running, or hiking. The Neo2 has upgraded from no obstacle avoidance in the first generation to omnidirectional obstacle avoidance, automatically avoiding obstacles and minimizing target loss during sharp turns. The action shots are incredibly smooth. The built-in intelligent selfie function handles both single and group shots perfectly. It automatically composes and moves the camera for various shots, including upper body, full body, and wide shots. It even has portrait optimization to improve skin tone and complexion. The Neo2's handheld controls are magically simple. No app setup is needed, just extend your palm to control it. A single palm movement controls the drone's left and right movement and ascent and descend. Bringing your palms together or apart controls forward or backward movement. Want it to come back? Extend your palm towards the drone and it will automatically find and land. The whole process is cool and convenient. Even the neighbor's kid's eyes widened in amazement. Furthermore, despite its small size, the Neo2 doesn't compromise on image quality or storage capacity. In terms of imaging capabilities, it features a 1/2-inch sensor with 12 million effective pixels, supporting up to 4K 60 frames per second video and 4K 100 frames per second slow motion. Combined with a dual-axis gimbal and EIS stabilization, the footage is clear and stable, allowing even beginners to easily create cinematic shots. Storage and transfer are also thoughtfully designed, with 49 gigabytes of built-in storage, eliminating the need for an external SIM card. It supports 80 megabits per second Wi-Fi fast transfer, allowing photos and videos to be transferred to your phone in seconds for seamless vlog editing and sharing on social media. Now, considering the Neo2, Mini 5 Pro, and Flip are all lightweight drones from DJI, some may be struggling to choose. Actually, their product positioning is completely different. The Neo2 prioritizes extreme lightweight design, emphasizing freedom and the ability to shoot whenever you want. Its imaging capabilities are just adequate. As for battery life, it lasts about 15 minutes on a single charge, supporting only short, fragmented shooting sessions, making it more suitable for beginners who have never flown drones before. The Mini 5 Pro is positioned as an all-around mini drone, emphasizing entry-level aerial photography performance sufficient for all scenarios. The Flip, on the other hand, is positioned as an all-around vlogger, boasting stronger imaging capabilities and a more professional look than the Neo. The DJI Neo2 is particularly suitable for 3 types of people. First, complete beginners who have never flown a drone before, with omnidirectional obstacle avoidance and simple controls, making it easy to learn. Second, those who enjoy travel and outdoor sports, as it can follow and record footage, eliminating the need to ask for help with selfies. Third, families with children, who can easily and safely capture photos and videos during family outings, and also unlock interesting footage from a child's perspective. Personally, I was most pleasantly surprised by the palm control and intelligent selfie features. Shooting vlogs no longer requires asking friends, and even beginners can easily get started. Or perhaps some long-range drone enthusiasts won't be satisfied with its battery life, but I believe no one would object to it being the first choice for beginners. Perhaps some experienced drone enthusiasts won't appreciate its image quality. Excellent image quality, simple operation, safety and reliability, and an affordable price. You'll almost never find another drone that combines all 4. It's both a flying follow-up photographer and a fully functional aerial photography drone. You can even pair it with flight goggles and a joystick to experience the thrill of racing drones. It's important to note that the Neo2's 04 image transmission uses an external solution. The standalone version doesn't have this transmission module on the back, meaning it can't be directly used as an aerial photography drone with a remote controller.